What's up, gamers? Welcome to Articulate, the podcast where I'm anything but. I don't know why I'm doing the splits. I'm pretty sure I've started putting the camera up higher than usual. And also, this is going to be in the way, so why would I even do that? I might as well stand over here. But the camera's over there. This is center frame, I think. That's where my middle camera is. Except actually, I think the video isn't the middle camera. It's one of the other ones. Yeah, today's episode, I think I'm going to try to keep it more chill. Chill. Nice calm vibes for this one. We're gonna be talking about depression. Yay. That was the most depressed yay I've ever done in my entire life. I have mentioned the fact that I probably have depression quite a few times across the gaming and this channel, even though it very well could just be various vitamin deficiencies. I don't really go outside very often, but depression is limbo. It's a very cool little phrase that I thought of literally a couple hours ago. But when I'm at max depression or max vitamin deficiency levels, nothing feels fun or cool or awesome. And I really just want to sleep all day, which is what I did today. I would wake up and think to myself, hey, I should get up and do stuff and be productive and be alive, But even if I did do that, nothing I could do would be entertaining or fulfilling or good. So I may as well just sleep until it passes. It's the ultimate form of killing time. It's actually super depressing and probably horrible for me. No, actually, it's definitely horrible for me. But actually, none of that is even the limbo part, so don't really know why I talked about that. Well, no, actually, there's relevant information in there. As I said, when I'm at max depression, maybe in quotes, maybe actually with an asterisk at the end, because there's maybe additional information there, because I might actually just be not going outside or taking care of myself. Because life really is about momentum, and when I'm sleeping all day, I know that it doesn't really feel like it, but if I actually did just get up and do stretches and drink some water, I'd probably feel better, But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. So yes, when everything is feeling very dull and sad and not fun, it's very difficult to actually do anything at all. Even stuff that's just pure dopamine, like hack my brain, Mr. Zuckerberg, you know what I mean? Except that doesn't work because I'm oh, this is doom scrolling, I'm bed rotting, other fun little slang terms that are good, that are bad for you. Slang terms themselves aren't bad for you. I just mean they're explaining things that are bad for you. Yeah, I'm that's doom scrolling. I'm sad because I'm not being productive. This sucks. Especially if I'm doing it it's my part-time job or something. And low-key, earlier I was just thinking, I am about to get a job pretty soon here in a few weeks maybe. I'm gonna be honest, I've kind of been about to get a job for a year. Is that a horrible thing to admit on the internet? Maybe, but you don't know who I am, and you're probably not watching this until I'm rich and famous. In that case, I will very obviously have a job. What the hell was I even talking about, dude? I was supposed to talk about how depression is limbo. Oh my gosh, yes. The job thing is relevant, kind of, because I just decided to go on this tangent. I was thinking earlier, I was what if when I get that job, maybe, low-key, my brain is afraid of routine? The American education system did a number on my psychology and how my brain works. It's very not good, but part of me thinks having something like that again would be good and great and awesome, because having a job will suck the life out of me, but then it might motivate me to do stuff. And legitimately, I think just getting up, getting my body moving and doing stuff, and then I come home and I'm quote unquote exhausted, but I might still want to work on stuff and do things. Oh, you know what I just realized? This is gonna suck for me in the future, but I was just gonna say I've been unworking all the stuff that I've done in my brain, being sound doesn't travel that far, because there are people sleeping right above me, and I've been kind of trying to learn music theory on this janky little cat piano. Maybe you know the cat piano I'm talking about. When you say cat piano, there's kind of only one cat piano, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've been trying to learn music theory on that thing. And in doing that, I was why is this thing so loud? How come I can't turn the volume down at least one or two more times? The lowest volume is kind of loud. And as you can tell, my voice has gotten quieter because in doing that, I was the people who sleep above me, I thought the room went the same way mine did, and their bed was here. No, it's here, and this is right up here is where their brains are and their ear holes, which means they can maybe hear me. And I did that because I was oh, let's get this cat piano as far away from them as I can and then build this little blanket for it so they can't hear me, soundproofing. That's how you soundproof no soundproofing. You build yourself a little blanket for it. They probably can't hear me. Sound probably doesn't travel that far, and they're probably actually asleep anyway. So why does it matter? Which is why I should talk loudly like this. I don't know, I was leaning in like this, just trying to move a little bit more so I'm not depressed, but also I'm not depressed anymore, but that's how it goes. I'm hey, I'm not depressed anymore. maybe I never had depression. And then I get back into it, and it's very not great. I wish I made more notes. This time I was like, it's going to be very chill. It's going to be very nice. I'm going to pause, think about what I'm going to say, make that easier for myself in the edit, because there's a big pause. I can just go boom, boom. Now I'm saying more stuff, and I've edited a lot of this video, but it's actually not even that chill, because I don't know what I'm saying. I didn't make any notes. Usually I write out a lot of what I say. This time I was like, I'm sure this little paragraph will do, and then I'll just freestyle from there. Don't know why I never remember that I'm not good at doing that. But here we go, dude. Limbo. Did I finish the job thing? Maybe it would be good for me. That's, I think, what I wanted to say there. It'll suck the life out of me, and in turn, make the life that I do have left a lot more precious, because the other day, oh my gosh, I just thought of this. I've mentioned a few times that I play Dreams. I've been playing Dreams for a while, like years at this point, which is kind of messed up. I hate when something feels a lot newer than it is, and then you go back and you're like, hang on, it's been years, bro. Like, I'll do that on YouTube. I'm like, hey, I like these people. I've been a fan for a little bit, and it's like, nah, dude, you've been watching these guys for 7 years, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Especially since 7 years was only 2018. That was a random number I just pulled up because of Smosh, probably. I'm like, I've been watching Smosh for a while. It's probably been longer than 7 years. I'm gonna stand up straight. Sorry, editing me, who has to move the sensor bar a lot. But how long have we been going for? This has to be under 13, 14, 15 minutes. I didn't just mess that up several times. Because of the magic of editing, I can just make it look like I said 15. I can make it look like I said 15 the very first time. Why did I just go on a tangent? The Dreams thing I was going to say. I went back, and lately I've been starting Dreams games and like building out some of the mechanics, and then, I don't know, I just get super bored of it super easily, or maybe it just seems really hard after I've built the crappy foundation. And sometimes I feel like maybe in my brain, it's like resembling too much of a video game, but it also doesn't work yet like a video game should. So that makes me very sad, because I'm like, it looks great, it looks awesome, it looks fun, but there are like 50 million bugs, and there's only like half the mechanics. Sometimes that's my fault, because I'll like build out the environment and stuff, and then I don't like make a jump mechanic, you know what I mean? I definitely need to shut the hell up and just continue talking. The Dreams thing, let's not go on a tangent. What I was going to say, shit, that wasn't even a tangent, that was literally relevant. That means I can't cut that out, maybe. So now I am experiencing that, where I start a Dreams game, I work on it a little bit, I'm like, oh, this sucks, I suck at this, I hate everything. But I went back to this game that I made for a game jam that like had a lot of mechanics, and they all worked for the most part. I mean, the game was janky as hell and not very great. Like the quote-unquote games that I make now. I don't know why I always do that. I always say quote-unquote, and then I do air quotes. Like, do one or the other, dude. The games that I make now the mechanics themselves are a lot more polished and functional and good, and maybe that's why, is because it takes a long time for me to do that, or I don't even know. But also I think it's because I made that game for a game jam, and there were only 2 weeks, I think, in those game jams. So, they don't do game jams anymore because that game's broken, or that game is dead. I really want to make a like video essay thing saying that I won't spoil the title or thumbnail, but maybe that'll be a thing soon. Not soon. Maybe that'll be a thing eventually that I make. But I was trying to relate the Dreams thing to something else, and I don't know what it was. Oh, back then when I made that game jam game, I was doing lots of other stuff in my life, So I would like go do stuff, come back home, and then want to make Dreams stuff. I had less time, so I worked a lot harder in that time. And now I have all the time in the world. And so I don't know, I'm like, I'll just do it later. But if I had a job, I might be like, if not now, when? Because then you have a much more limited amount of free time that you can do stuff with. So it has to be a lot more valuable. You have to maybe not doom scroll for 5 hours straight. I don't know. Well, I was gonna say, I don't know about 5 hours, but occasionally I do that, which is kind of messed up. That's kind of gross. Yeah, maybe I need to not be like building up this thing that I'm talking about, because there simply isn't enough time for me to do so. Like, my video's gonna be 15 minutes long. So yeah, depression is limbo, dude, because once I get into that state of things being horrible and not great, then I will try to watch YouTube, and I'm like, oh, this sucks, this is boring. And then I try to watch Twitch. I don't know, I kind of fell off using Twitch, but sometimes I'll watch Twitch. And then if that doesn't work, I'm like, let's play video games. That's like one of the foundational parts of my being. I love video games. That's like one of my only personality traits. And so I'll pop on a video game, and I'm like, let's freaking go. This sucks. It's boring. what the heck is wrong with me? And so that's pretty messed up. That's actually, when that first started happening, when I first started not liking video games, that was really not great for my mental health. And then that doesn't work. I'm like, oh, whatever, let's just doom scroll. And then I'm like lifelessly just scrolling on my phone. And I always do motions right in front of my face. I need to train my brain to do them out here, away from the sensor bar. Yeah, I'm just lifelessly doom scrolling. It doesn't do anything. And so, I don't know, usually I'll go back to just watching YouTube, and then I'll lay down and pass out while I'm watching YouTube. And even when I get like an amazing amount of sleep, and I should be like well rested, not tired at all, I will like sleep all day, dude. Like, what the heck in frick, dude? I didn't actually think that was like a solid coping mechanism thing that I developed, but it like really is. A lot of times I'm really just like, yo, life sucks. Why not just sleep it off, sleep it all away, which isn't very good. So yeah, depression is in fact limbo, because I guess I should say what that means. I mean, like, I feel stuck because I can't do anything. Nothing is fun. Ow. The way I was holding that mic really like hurt my shoulder and hand and stuff. It's also, I don't know what this is made out of, but it always gets wet when I hold it. What was I gonna say? Yes, it feels like limbo. Nothing I like to do is very fun. I don't like doing anything, so I just sleep. And that's the limbo. That's the sad part. I don't mean to be like, oh, that's super sad for me. Feel bad for me. Definitely don't feel bad for me. 21 minutes? Yo, I need to wrap this up. Literally, I also wanted to say, because this just happened, I wanted to say I just ate like 2 pieces of watermelon. And low key, I think I love summer, dude. Which is really quite strange, because I used to not like it. I used to be very counterculture, very counter anything that was like remotely popular or normal. I was like, everyone likes summer? Well, I like winter, because but I do like winter. But also, now that I know how to drive, I'm like, maybe I hate winter, actually. No, not actually. Kinda, though. And also, I get very cold. And so I'm like, winter is it's very cold. I don't have the fashion that I want to have, which is maybe a topic for another episode. But if I could, I would layer and make some pretty crazy cool outfits. But I can't really do that. Winter is still very beautiful and amazing. But let's not get in tangents about this one little thing that I wanted to say. Yeah, so I used to be very counterculture. Let's not even talk about that. Let's just say I think I'm starting to like summer a lot more now. I used to think that I hated it a lot because summer, like this season, it's super hot. The sun is bright as hell. It's miserable. But the vibes, dude, those are in fact immaculate. Like a nice in-season ripe watermelon. I'm gonna be honest, the one that I just had 2 pieces of, I don't think it was that ripe. It was in the fridge. There's a little bowl of watermelon in there. Most of them were like light red. I tried to grab the darkest one so that they would actually taste like watermelon. And the second I put a piece in my mouth, I was like, whoa, dude, this is nostalgic. Watermelon is like probably the most nostalgic food. Or fruit, I mean. And summer is also a very nostalgic season. Probably that and winter. I don't know if that's because they are super opposite, or maybe like your brain is in survival mode because it's either super hot or super cold in those 2 seasons. And so it's remembering everything. I don't know. I guess just substantial stuff happens then. Oh, never mind. I think winter, because you get winter break from school, you know, when you're young. So maybe that's nostalgic. And also summer break. Also, I don't know, holidays, significant things happen. Anyway, I need to shut up. That was all I wanted to say. Low-key, I love summer. I ended up going into several tangents. And also, depression is limbo. I need to shut up. I need to stop saying that. I'm like, oh, depression is limbo. Also, depression is limbo. Also, leave a comment, I suppose.